I was literally like a woman possessed, just like screaming, vomiting, pooing.
You can't imagine it until you're in the bed giving birth.
You're an absolute G. It's not easy.
Nothing will prepare you for the moment in your life when a little teeny tiny, angry, screaming human just kind of erupts out of your body.
I'm just so proud of myself for coming out the other end of that.
Because I had a cesarean, an emergency cesarean, I felt like I didn't do it properly, which sounds ridiculous because I still birthed a healthy human. I actually felt, I was quite angry and disappointed at the way that I'd birthed because it didn't go to plan. I was fine, nobody died, like chalk it up as a win.
I always I felt robbed, like of that whole like Simba moment where I lifted her from my vagina. That was nice talking to Sophie about the whole C-section thing. When you like plan it all and it gets taken away and it goes a different way, it's nice to have some understanding from someone else.
I had a double episiotomy and I hemorrhaged. So it's basically where they cut your fanny. I don't know how else to describe it.
Wait a minute, because
and it was an emergency. So.
God, really?
You're saying that in my vagina?
Yeah, without any anaesthetic. It was like, we have to get her out, she has to survive.
I think Remy's experience of birth actually made me quite emotional. Actually made me appreciate my vagina a lot more.
My husband, he was like,
I think for partners, whoever's there, it's not easy for any of them.
I think I remember punching him through Simpsons and he walked back in the room when Emmerdale come on. Mums are the most amazingest, magical creatures on this planet. I thought I was gonna poo, so I didn't want to push. And I'm saying, just let me go to the toilet and let me poo first. Like, no, it's the baby. And I'm like, it's not the baby, it's the poo.
Did you poo? Did you know some people?
Yeah, I did,
they actually poo.
So I made a very bad mistake. The night before I went into labour, my dad had made me a sausage and bean casserole. Yeah, retrospectively, was not the best thing to have before trying to birth a human.
Did you just have your waters broken?
They broke mine for me.
Right,
yeah.
mine broke like it does in the movies.
Oh, really?
Whoosh, like everywhere. I genuinely flooded the ward. The midwife had to go and get a mop from the cupboard.
Good times.
Yeah.
I honestly felt like I was dying, and that's no exaggeration. I think my labour all in all was about 4 hours long.
Really? Do you mind me asking, did you tear?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't.
That's amazing.
I didn't
Sometimes when they
tear.
come quick, you tear.
I didn't tear.
It was the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life.
But it only lasted, the pain only lasted for about 2-3 minutes.
I didn't actually think it was that bad.
It just shows, doesn't it, everybody's really different and everybody's pain thresholds are really different.
When you're having a contraction, you can't.
No, can't move.
You can't move. One of my next door neighbours literally saw me like on all fours outside of the ambulance on the floor in the road having a contraction. I thought I was going to give birth on concrete.
I did end up with postnatal depression after I had Charlotte, which is how I ended up out of work. Talking to other mums about the postnatal depression, I go a wee bit clinical. I feel like I missed maybe the first year of her life. It is hard, it's hard. You don't want to feel that way, and you don't see another way out of it apart from taking your own life. Eventually, small things is all it took for me. And that's all it was between me taking my own life and me wanting to go on and be a mum again. I've got loads of mum friends now that I can talk to. I just started up a sort of mum blog myself because I thought, like, is this just me that this is happening to? And then I thought,
Definitely not.
I'm just so proud of myself for coming out the other end of that. And we're just so in love with each other. I've gone on to have another child as well. Even with the risk of getting postnatal depression again, I still took that chance because that is how strong that unbreakable bond is.
Being a mum for me and all the other things I've done in my life, this is singularly the best, most important thing I've ever done.
Everyone's stories were so different, which just goes to show like you can't have expectations for these things.
If you take all that out, to take the pain out, it's amazing. We've birthed humans and they're beautiful and they're wonderful and we love them. It's a little bit traumatic, I'm not going to lie, and very, very overwhelming.